Hello, Grace. It's so great to finally meet you.
Hi, it's so great to finally meet you.
This movie, A Breed Apart, is bonkers. It's absolutely wild in the best way possible.
I think I've used that word many times to describe it. Bonkers is exactly the word. Well done.
Yeah, I love when horror leans into comedy, embraces the chaos, and is just plain silly. I just love it, especially in this climate of a lot of serious stuff coming out. We need some lighthearted stuff. And this has to be one of the most maybe fun projects you've done recently, right?
Oh, it was definitely one of the I don't cry a single time in this movie, really. Which is rare for me. I tend to cry in a lot of things I do. Which is fine. So to that was pretty fun for me. That was pretty fun. I had a moment while filming where I went, wow, it's really nice to not be crying. It's really nice to be a character who's sarcastic and just tough um and it's such a silly good time. I mean, and the cast was so fun. You got Joey Bragg who's playing Vince Ventura, and he would crack us up on set with so many of his lines in the movie are improv. And he would say something new almost every time. And we would try not to break because the stuff that would come out of his mouth were like, Joey, what are you saying? Um, yeah, I could have had more of Joey in the movie. He's so funny. But he gets in there and he gives his big bang, right? And then, well, no spoilers, but
Yeah, no spoiler.
kind
Maybe
of
you're
the,
maybe crying of laughter doing this. Maybe that type of
yeah,
crying.
yeah. Honestly, like just such a blast. And as you said, totally bonkers. I got to watch this in a theater with some other people recently, and everyone was having such a good time. Everyone was laughing. And that was something I feel like I haven't had in a while in a theater or watching things. So I'm glad to hear you felt that way, that it was entertaining and fun, because that's definitely the goal with it, right? It's to have fun and hopefully help other people feel just like relieved with laughter and having a good time. It's the fun thing with the horror genre, right? Is we kind of expect certain tropes, or for things to be a little crazy, and the crazier the better. So yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's really fun to hear.
I'll tell you, like, I like the social media pop-ups all randomly, those videos, like those little cut scenes in there. I was just like, this is brilliant. This movie takes a whole like influencer getaway trope, turns into a total nightmare. So what was it about, the script that hooked you instantly? Was it the horror aspect, the humor, or just a chance to outrun killer dogs?
I read it in one sitting. It was so ridiculous and so fun. I was just so entertained. I was so entertained reading through it. And also really excited about the idea of getting to play a character that I haven't played before, Violet, where she's so strong, she's sharp and she's smart. Um, I have played characters like that. Not that my other characters weren't strong, weren't smart, but she is sassy and she's acerbic. And we see her, I mean, me ranting about influencers and having a little bit of a mental breakdown, that was unlike anything I've done before on camera. And it was kind of cathartic. It was really fun. She was really cathartic to play. So yeah, Violet definitely drew me in. And the script just being so entertaining. It was so fun to read through.
Yeah, it's definitely entertaining. So, like, if you were actually invited to a mystery island full of influencers, then what would be your first red flag that something is seriously off?
This might sound so silly, but honestly, the invitation to start. I know that if I got the invitation with all the information, I would be unsure if I could trust it. I would right away go, is this legit? I would be running it by people. I'd be trying to get some evidence that this is even a real thing. Even if it was from someone, I guess, who's trusted. I just have stranger danger. If I don't know the people, I'm like, is this real? But I guess if I somehow got to the island, um, I think the whole setup's pretty sketchy. I think if we're talking like this island, I mean, the moment you get there, the moment this guy opens his mouth, he's saying sketchy things. It's a wild time. Yeah, probably the moment the main host opens his mouth and says some problematic things, I'd be like, oh, what does he want us to do? Wild dogs? Hmm, interesting. Hmm.
That is true. That's a giveaway. Like, I'm out of here, pack my bags and go. And you mentioned this,
Yeah.
like the whole team behind it and the cast is amazing. What everyone is gonna, a lot of people are gonna love this, that you and Virginia Gardner are reuniting after Fall, which is like a fun little Easter egg too. With that film, were you surprised how surprised of a hit that became with a huge audience online? Because that just went crazy when it ended up streaming. And how do you feel about the love it still gets to this day?
Yeah, that's something that when you make something, it feels so intimate and small. And I always forget about the part where the thing comes out and other people see it. And there's this whole metric of, wanting people to see it, but then also kind of feeling like, oh, this was such a precious thing that was ours. And with Fall, it was such a challenging shoot in the best way. I mean, I think it paid off on camera, and the struggles that we faced, I think, helped make it what it is, which then makes it feel like that much better of a payoff that people enjoy it. But there were days where we didn't make our days, like we couldn't shoot everything we needed to shoot. There were times where kind of wondered if we were going to have a finished movie because of how if we were going to be able to finish it all at all. Um, so for me, I always just feel really grateful and surprised. But it's so rewarding. It's really rewarding to see it so well received and have found its audience, and still finding people. It's wild.
Yeah, that's all about movies. It'll do well when it releases, but then all of a sudden it has another resurgence after so much time. A lot of films have gone through that, which is amazing. And I feel like this film's going to get a lot of people's attention. And then after it comes out and everything, it's going to have another resurgence as well. People are finding this on a streaming service. Like, what is this? I didn't get a chance to see it when it came out because that happens to people. They don't catch it when it first releases, but when it has a resurgence, people watch it and all those streaming numbers go up. And this is one of those films. So I gotta ask. Would you rather face off against one giant man-eating dog or 100 tiny cute ones that have like selfie sticks attached to them?
Oh, wait. So repeat it again. So I've got
So
tiny.
so one yeah, one monster dog, one giant monster dog, go against one of them, or go against 100 tiny little cute ones that have a little aggression to them and have selfie sticks attached to them.
Well, I think I got to do like the final boss, right? I got to do the big man eating. I think you got to do that one. Because I think about the tiny ones being like little piranhas that like at some point you can't make it through. And also you're going to have to, if you do make it through, you're killing that many more dogs, that
That's
maybe
true.
I don't want to deal with the blood on my hands. I like dogs. If it's a necessary evil, I'd rather the scenario be that it's one big baddie and I don't know that I'm making it out alive, but we'll go with the one big dog.
I love that. And I'm an animal lover too. So watching this, I was like, man, these are cute and vicious, but still cute at the same time. But then also a lot of funny scenes come from the dogs and how they react and stuff like that. So a lot of great comedy, I'll tell you that. A lot of slapstick comedy too from the dogs themselves. And definitely very cute at the same time.
They were so cute. It was hard to make them look scary because their tongues are sticking out and their tails are wagging and they're so well behaved. They were probably better behaved than us actors. They were pros.
That tells you how much y'all are having on the fun on the island, for sure. I have to ask for all like the Shazam fans out there, did you keep anything from your time there, or something physically or even emotionally that you kept with you from that?
Emotionally, I like that addition of a question in there. I don't know what I would say, but I like that. I took my Crocs that were my slippers that I would wear when I wasn't in my super suit. I took my Crocs, and I what else? I took my Crocs. They're so not cool. They had flowers on them, and they were what I wore when I wasn't in my suit, which was between breaks. I took those. Did I take anything else? I I kind of thought about it, and I did talk about it and discuss it with others. I was like, could I take a book from the library, you know, the big crazy library because there were so many books. I was like, could I do it? Should I do it? I don't know. Is that something people do? People talk about stealing things. Well, I'm not a thief. So I didn't do it. And I don't regret that. I stand by my morals.
I love that. I mean, that is your character then, standing by your morals. I mean, you embody that character so well. Lastly, I do want to ask if you could have one influencer survival tool, which would it be? And you would protect it at all costs? Like a selfie stick, a ring light. What one typical influencer tool that you would want to keep around?
All cost. Protected at all cost. You know what? I'm going to go with something that probably is going to sound wrong, but I mean it well. A lot of influencers don't work alone. They have like a buddy. They have someone someone they're working with. That's not an influencer tool. That seems like a wrong phrasing it.
No, but I get it. It's always a duo or someone helping out to capture. I mean, you can't do it on your own. You can't do that stuff on your own, to be honest.
No, you can't. And so I think I would bring a friend along, and I would, knowing that like we would survive. I guess I'm basically turning someone into a superhero who's like my sidekick, but they're my superhero.
If not your superhero, you'll just toss them in the way of danger and run. You know, they're your sacrifice.
Yeah, you won't fail. I was told you won't fail. Get after that horse-sized giant rabid dog. But
No.
in this scenario, if they're going to die in this scenario, then I have to pick like a selfie stick or something. I don't know. That's not alive.
Maybe some designer sunglasses to keep you cool and looking cool during all the commotion.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
Grace, A Breed Apart, fantastic, tons of fun. Want to kind of see more of these movies come out to So we need more of this. And I do want to end on this note. It was a thought that was in my head, putting out there in the universe. You played a young Jennifer Love Hewitt in Ghost Whisperer, a really young one. I feel like now is the time for y'all to team up as sisters for a super fun project someday. So I want to put it out there because I think it'd be perfect. It could be anything, but I think y'all should team up for something.
That's a brilliant idea. I love that. Thank you for putting that out there. I'm in. That sounds so.
I think everyone's going to be in for that one. That'll be a fun one.
Oh, that's a great one. I haven't heard that one before, so I really like it.
I love hearing that. Grace, extreme pleasure. We got to definitely do it again.
Yes, please have me back. Lovely to, chat with you. And thank you for having me.